It took me more than 70 kilometers of cycling down the dirty gravel road, and I managed to reach this little village called Fortin La Soledad. This village is in the middle of nowhere. It has about 200 inhabitants and all major Latin American attractions in the countryside, such as church, evangelic church. There is a police building over there, and there are plenty of gauchos living in the area and just working around these swamps and bushes. So definitely my type of place. Fortin Soledad, un pueblo con amor y esperanza. Village with love and hope. With the emphasis on hope. You know, on one hand, it's really cool that such places still exist, so unspoiled, so virgin, in the middle of nowhere. It's just wilderness all around this village. On the other hand, more tourists, more strangers with big wallets could really help out the local community. I mean, this is still probably the least developed part of Argentina, and locals are really pushing it hard to turn this into a touristic place. So, my friends, if you happen to be an outdoorsman, or you're into swamps and birds and bird watching, or yeah, you want to see a bunch of snakes, come over to Fortin Soledad, support the local community and indulge yourself into your favorite activities. So what I would like to do now is to get myself some kind of a boat, and there are a few businesses in here who offer boats and guided tours. And yeah, I mean, I have no issues with guided tours and guides, but at the moment I would like to explore a giant swamp on my own, and hopefully there is somebody who could rent me a boat for a while. Well, I can tell you one thing. I don't remember too many places with that many birds. I mean, they're just everywhere, all kinds of species, in great abundance, everywhere. And it's not just that there are so many of them. This area is pretty open, so everything is very visible. So all birds, all animals are very well exposed. The person who rented me this boat this morning, he is some kind of a local bird expert, and he told me that water level at the moment is insanely low. Like we found ourselves in the middle of rainy, wet season, so this place is supposed to be flooding. At the moment water is extremely shallow. Actually, I can barely move with this boat. Occasionally I need to jump out and just push the boat because it's just mud, there is no water whatsoever. Anyway, water is only this deep. It's very shallow, it's very murky, and it's very warm. Like warm like a tea. know, after pushing through the mud all day long, I really started to wonder whether this boat was such a good idea in the first place. I'm pretty sure I could be as fast, if not faster, just by walking through the swamp. I really didn't expect water will be this shallow. I guess tomorrow I'll change my tactics. But nonetheless, I mean, it feels cool to go through the swamp and the boat and all that. Yeah. Yesterday, back in the village, I spoke with some local guides and local outdoorsmen, and they all told me that there is this place called Escondido, which means the hidden place or hidden spot, like 7 kilometers outside of the village. And one of them, a gentleman named Ismail, showed me the path, and I'm on my way already. And this place is known for high density of caimans. They also told me that it's a good spot to look for anacondas and some other snakes, so a perfect place for me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I managed to reach the place called Escondido, and yeah, there are very many caimans in here. Actually, you can see them right there. Oh, there's one down there, then there's another one there. I can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Now, the only problem is that it was raining really heavily, basically from the moment I came here. So it's still raining, but just a little bit. About an hour, half an hour ago, it was just pouring heavily, and it was raining like crazy for about 3 hours, 4 hours. So this is it. Finally, it feels like a rainy season. I should enjoy it. I should embrace it. There are so many of them. I can count more than 20 just from here. So many shiny eyes. However, it's pretty hard to get close to them. Even though you can see them swimming around and basking in the sun in the daytime, caimans, like most of crocodilians, are largely nocturnal animals, or better said, nocturnal predators, and they prefer to hunt in the dark, nighttime. So last night I went out to look for the caimans. I was really surprised. There were way more than I expected. And it's really remarkable, really amazing feeling when you're standing there just next to the river, flashing with your flashlight, and then you notice that there are dozens and dozens of eyes observing you. Unfortunately, it was also raining all the time, so I couldn't capture that much of a footage. It was just too messed up. I'm genuinely scared to screw up my camera. And then it just started to pour so heavily. I got wet, I had to come back, and I just basically ran back to my tent. And I slept like a dead man. And I really don't know, because I was sleeping, but I assume it was raining heavily all night long, because everything is humid, everything is wet. It took me a while even to put the fire going. There are two species of crocodilians in Argentina and all southern part of South America. One is so-called jacaré caiman, or locally called jacaré negro, and another one is broad-snouted caiman, or locally jacaré ñato. And neither of the two get really big. Males can approach 2.5–3 meters in length, females up to 1.5 meters, maybe up to 2 meters, but very rarely. In the world of crocodilians, males are generally way larger than females. So these caimans are really legit crocodilians, living dinosaurs if you want to call them like that. However, in the larger part of their distribution, they aren't even considered to be peaks or apex predators whatsoever. Because, let's say in Brazil, in giant swamps of Pantanal, jaguars are being reported hunting these caimans almost on a regular basis. And very fortunately for these caimans, and very unfortunately for the biodiversity of Argentina, there are almost no jaguars left in here, maybe a few dozen. So these caimans in this particular river, they're just floating in here, chilling, cool as cucumbers. And then you walk along the river and you find something like this. Caimans are being hunted and eaten in a larger part of their distribution. So I guess some hunters just came over here and shot a few. And they were definitely aiming for the meat, because there are a bunch of skins thrown all around. They just came here and made some asado, Cayman asado or Cayman barbecue. Caimans are not protected species. They're very common in certain parts of South America. I don't remember their status in Argentina. They might be somewhat protected, but as far as I remember, there are certain quotas for harvesting. I might be mistaken. However, for me as a reptile lover, this is still a kinda depressive find. I will never forget one conversation that I had with some elderly gentleman from the countryside later down the road on this trip in the province of Formosa. I asked him how he feels about great abundance of caimans that can be found in here, and he only replied, "Es más rico que un pollo." And I guess that pretty much sums up the whole local perspective on these animals. For once in a lifetime, I might be in the right time and the right place, because at the moment it is a nesting season for caimans. Females, they lay their eggs somewhere between December, early March, during the rainy season. And there are so many caimans in this river, so many, probably hundreds, if not thousands. There are definitely some nests along the river. I just need to find one. Like all crocodilians, female caimans, they do guard their nests, they protect their nests, and I'm not looking forward to harass the animal too much. I just want to find the nest, take a few pictures and leave. That's that, nothing more. was walking along the river for about 4 hours. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any nests. Maybe it's something I'm missing some details, or you know, let's face it, I'm pretty new in this game of crocodilians. I'm really a beginner, but I'm learning. I'm gonna try. And there's another issue. Massive brain fart or something, and I forgot to take any water. And the heat is on, and I'm really thirsty. So now I'm heading back. It's tough. Another thing I noticed is that most of the shores on this side of the river is pretty steep, while some parts of the shore on the other side of the river are pretty flat. So it might be that most of those female caimans are nesting on the other side of the river. Or maybe I'm just making excuses for myself. Anyway, I'm really dehydrated. Whew. It doesn't take much in this heat, really. Just few hours of walking, and yeah. Ooh. The most important is to keep it cool. Not much left. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, this is so good. Ooh. What's really lovely about caimans is that in order to observe them, unlike some other iconic or interesting creatures, you don't need to climb up to the mountains or wake up early in the morning and try to sneak upon some creature, or I don't know, spend the entire night somewhere hidden, and then maybe that animal will appear. If you want to see a bunch of caimans, all you need to do is just come to the place where they live, and then you can just observe them from the shore, on the river, in your camp, while eating papas. It's easy. Grab your camera, grab some papas, enjoy your time. Beautiful. Just like I said earlier, caimans are not considered to be dangerous to humans. However, I met some individuals who told me otherwise. I guess those are the same type of people who get habitually chased by snakes and see 100-kilo pumas in their backyards every day. So I guess I need to make some point. One should always practice what he preaches. Well, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 caimans. So I'm back in Fortin de Soledad. However, I need to leave because I'm completely out of cash and I'm almost out of food. and quite obviously there are no cash machines in Fortin de Soledad. And I came up with this plan. I decided to cycle back to the closest town, which is called Las Lomitas, throughout the night. This is really good night, it seems to me, to look for the snakes. So I have like 75 kilometers down this dirt road where actually I came from, and it's like 70 kilometers of opportunities to find all kinds of snakes. This sounds really promising, and hopefully this will work out. Mosquitoes are already killing me. Oh, road is so bad. I mean, it was bad on the way to Fortin de Soledad, but after all this rain, it's just horrible. It's so bumpy. There were many places where I literally had to walk and push my bicycle forward because I'm just scared to break the bike. Very unexpected twist on my little journey to Las Lomitas. So I was just riding down this bumpy road looking for snakes with a flashlight, and then boom, I heard explosion. And now not just the inner tube, but also the tire itself is completely torn apart. Fortunately, I won't be able to fix this. Tomorrow I need to catch a ride to Las Lomitas. I think it should be pretty easy. I mean, there aren't too many cars passing by. There are very few vehicles, mostly motorbikes, but I noticed a few trucks here and there, so most likely somebody will pick me up. I mean, people in the area are extremely friendly, extremely hospitable, and I was lucky enough to screw up my bicycle in this little, I don't know how, there are a few houses, you know, in this little settlement, let's call it this way. And this friendly gentleman allowed me to stay in his property. He said, don't worry, gringo friend, you know, you'll get your bicycle fixed, you'll get to the town. And yeah, I believe him. But damn, I guess I had my mind too focused on snakes and caimans and swamps and birds and all those things, and completely forgot about the bicycle and even forgot to check the basic things. And this is what happened, you know. Oh, what a mess.